Hey there, is anyone out here? Probably not. Let's try. How do I... This is my first time going live, and of course there's no one who's going to notice that I'm here, but I was curious how this worked. So this is just an experiment. So I was going to go on Twitter and say, I'm going live, see if anyone on Twitter would go, but I'm not sure what the link would be. Is this a link? Boy. Well, if there is anyone out there, please say something. Otherwise, I'm just doing my Booktube goddess makeup, and let's see where that goes. But yeah. How do I... This is so exciting. Oh, I know this is ridiculous. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Oops, shit. Oops. And yes, I can make an echo. Okay, who says Bookish Raider? Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing? I'm just trying to see how I can grab the link to put onto the Twitters. Okay, here we go. Sorry if my typing sounds loud because it's right next to the microphone. Okay, so we are Twitterfied. And there we go. Okay, so I don't know if anyone's interested on how I do makeup for Booktube Goddess, but that's what I'm going to be doing as we sit here and speak. And please ask questions, and I'll try to read them, or maybe I'll just ramble. And I put my base on, and I have some eyebrows, which I cheated on. And you might not be able to see, but I have, this is actually face paint that I just outlined just as a sketch to get a diagram on where I want to put my eye makeup. Okay, well, this is, thank you, Bookish Raider. This is basically drag makeup, so it has no relation to real makeup. And actually, I think I'm going to put on some contour. Now, I do use cream contour, but I don't know if it's really necessary. But that's a terrible brush. Come on, brushes. I know it looked crazy, but then darker. So yeah, you put shadow. I'm just using eyeshadow underneath the old chin to sort of make your face have the illusion of being smaller. My face looks smaller. How long have I been doing drag? Well, I mean, I've been going out in drag for years and years and years, but just starting this channel is when I became sort of serious doing drag, which is about a year and a half ago. And I'm not that great at it. I freely admit it, but I am trying. Okay, so do a little bit of the nose as well. While we're here, let's do the nose. If you have any bookish questions, please feel free and share. Because we are a book channel, allegedly. I've been hoping to try and do 3 videos a week on YouTube, which is a lot, but it seems to be like the magic number that a lot of people recommend. But if you've seen any of my videos, I do a lot of editing, and that would just take me 3 videos just seems like a lot. And I've been doing 2 videos pretty okay. So what I'm thinking is that maybe if I can film myself doing makeup and do like a get ready with me and chit chat about books or whatever, if that's at all popular, which it probably won't be, but if it is, that would really help me with my scheduling and probably force me to really get out and do drag, once a week to, or at least do the makeup, because I film like 2 to 4 videos every time I get up and drag. So I'll see. We'll see. How do you keep track of your books every month? Well, I'm not a huge fast reader. I read maybe 2 or 3 books a month, so it's not that difficult for me. Maybe I'll get up to 4 books, which, by the way, in the normal world, somebody that reads 2 to 4 books a month is considered a big reader, but in Booktube land, it's nothing. I've seen people read like, oh yeah, I'm reading 17 books this month. And I'm like, geez, how do they have the time? So it's not that hard to keep track of books per the month. But I also am trying to keep track through Goodreads, which hopefully works. So I don't know if I'll save this live. I want to know, this is my first live ever, and it's just kind of an experiment to see if anyone actually shows up. And like I said, if people are interested, I'll definitely do it more as I put on makeup, because that would be a great way to sort of do a consistent YouTube video every week rather than my highly edited videos, because my aim is 3 videos a week. Okay, so we should just jump into eyes. I was going to do a red, because I did blue last time, and I did purple last time. So I thought I would do a red eye with a yellow crease, or I could go back to blue or pink. Any suggestions? Anyone care what color my eyes are? No, we don't care. So yeah, I think I'm going to do red again. Everyone loves red. I don't know if that's true or not. I just thought I'd say it. My question to you is, Kayla, should I save this live? I don't know. I guess I'll just start with the pink and then do red. Then shade it to red. Can you even see on the camera, if you can see the color? With the teal or turquoise. Well, here's the thing, is that I film on green screen, so I try to stay away from greens. Teal and turquoise would probably be okay, but I'm a little bit nervous about those colors just in case they'll fade out on green screen. And I have accidentally done a green that wouldn't show up on on green screen. So that is the limit of filming on green screen. It's no green, which is a shame because I think people that do green eyeshadows looks kind of cool. So gosh, this pink looks really light. Usually it looks darker. Oh, you know what? Oh, fuck. I forgot to put down a white base. Usually I go over everything with clay on white. Okay, let me think. Can I put white over the pink? I was wondering, why does this look so... Y'all, I may have to redo this makeup. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll save this. Would be interesting if I save this is to see if anyone who wasn't here live actually would be curious about watching this. But right now it's a disaster because I started putting makeup on before the white base. So anyway, I'm putting, this might be a disaster. By the way, these eyebrows are a complete cheat because if you've done drag before, know anything about drag, the hardest thing are eyebrows. And mine have just been looking so terrible that I just thought, forget it. I'm going to, I got these. These are tattoo eyebrows, like kids, tattoos for kids that you wet and you stick on. So that is the secret, or my secret to eyebrows, is to cheat. Can't believe I forgot to put this white on first. Thank you. I hope this is good to save. Like I said, we'll see. If anyone watches it. What book am I currently reading? I am reading, gosh, I forgot the name of it. It's the fourth book in the Embers and Ashes series by Saba Tahir. Is that her name? Oh, gosh. And I actually filmed, I'll probably drop the video on Monday or maybe Tuesday. But it was a pick for Shelve It or Shove It. But it was also because I've read the previous 3 books. So, and I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed books 1 and 2 more than I have been 3 and 4. But I may do a video on that series. I don't know. I do want to, because I do plan after I do this, I do plan on filming a couple videos today. And 2 of them are going to be deep dives into Dune, which I read last month, and Rhythm of War. Because single book reviews do so well on Booktube. That's a lie. I don't know why. Everyone who joins Booktube thinks, oh, I want to do single book reviews, and I think that was my first book review, but they don't really do very well for some reason. But I'm going to do it anyway, just because I feel like it. Also, the Dune movie's coming out, so there's sort of... Okay. So there's a little bit of hype for Dune. And I don't know if there's hype for Sanderson's Rhythm of War. I've seen a couple videos out, but okay. People are talking. Oh, my goodness. Yes, June. The eyebrow thing is not a cheat. It is a strategy. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry I have to bend down so low to read these comments. Been reading the Dune Chronicles. Well, you know, in my research of Dune, it was really written as a standalone novel. It wasn't. Herbert didn't plan a story arc for Dune and Dune Messiah and Children of Dune. It was just Dune back in 1965. So you can read Dune as a standalone. That's perfectly fine. And if you do read the sequels, they're kind of standalone-ish too. I mean, they build off the previous book, but again, it's not like a complete story arc. Like it wasn't a planned out storyline. Okay, I think you can see the pink now. Can you? Yeah. The other thing I'll tell you, beauty gurus and drag queens or whatever that post on YouTube is we turn the saturation levels up on the final product. So what you see here is going to look much more vibrant when I actually edit the videos. Okay, more questions. Oh, you stopped after, who's that, Cappuccino? I stopped, I am the exact same thing. I stopped after God Emperor of Dune. I thought it was so depressing. This was a while ago. But yeah, I didn't go past God Emperor. Nope. And I haven't read any of the Dune books that Herbert's son wrote, the Frank Herbert. Although I think I have read a science fiction by Frank Herbert. Not Frank Herbert, Brian Herbert. And it was and if I'm remembering correctly, and this is a long time ago, it was about these symbiotic bugs that psychically link together and they can like form humanoids and pretend to be people. It was really an imaginative, intriguing book. But then I guess he just got into this the Dune franchise, which I'm sure is very lucrative. So you can't really blame him. Okay, it's more people talking. I wish I could. Can I zoom that in? My eyesight is so bad. I'm sorry. Oh, Chapter House Dune. That's cool. Sticks and Stones. I haven't heard about that. So if you've seen my top 10 books of the year, my top book was Addie LaRue. And I've seen some people really not like Addie LaRue. It's like, oh, maybe I missed something. Okay, so that's the pink. Now I'm going to go in with a darker color. Meaning red. And I'm going to line that to give it some dimension. I think the Dune. Here's something I plan on saying on my video on Dune, is that I bet some people would consider it a young adult book. No joke. It's the main character, Paul, beginning of the book is 15 years old, and they describe him as small for a 15-year-old boy. So if you look up what 15-year-olds look like small or small for their age, he's going to look, that's pretty young looking. And I think at the end of the book, he ages up to 17. So he doesn't even go beyond 18. So if you think that Red Rising is a young adult, there's no reason to think that Dune isn't a young adult novel, at least by the definitions of young adult that we use these days. Do you watch Hextian? I don't know. That name is really familiar, Hextian. I bet I have seen her. I'd have to look up her videos or look to make sure, but oh, she's a doll maker. Yes, yes, yes. It just clicked. Fabulous. Isn't there something strange on YouTube that is just kind of, I mean, I watch a soap maker, if you know royalty soaps, and I have no interest on making soaps, but it's just kind of addictive to read. I mean, to watch for whatever reason. And I've even ordered soaps from her, which aren't cheap, by the way. Jade City. No, I don't think I've read Jade City. I don't think I've heard of Jade City. If I ever do this again, I'm going to have to figure out how to make it so that chat is easier to read. But like I said, my eyesight is for the dogs. Yeah, watching people make things or just doing what they do, it is relaxing. I don't know about drag makeup though, because mostly the tutorials or the people doing drag makeup or cut their videos, because this is actually a long process. Note, I didn't do, I'm going to blend with my pink brush. I didn't show putting on my base, because that is just boring, boring, boring. Oh, your bullet journal? I wish I could keep a journal more often than, because it's so helpful to have to just put down your thoughts in a journal. Or if you're planning doing something like a YouTube video, is to have an outline or a bullet point outline to do your videos, which sometimes I script out my videos. I don't know, it's just a learning process. But I have no light on this side. Are these eyebrows going to look completely different? No, I think we're okay. I am getting ready. Thank you for asking. I am getting ready. Who said that? Mia. I'm getting ready, Mia, to film some Booktube videos, which, if you don't know, I am the number one drag queen booktuber on YouTube, which is a joke because I am the only one that I know of anyway. So I'm hoping to film a video. Oh, I have this idea. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but once I'm in full drag, I was thinking about going on Omegle and asking for book recommendations. I've never used Omegle before, so I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I was watching some Omegle reaction video and I thought, well, could we use that for Booktube? I don't know. StreamYard, I haven't used StreamYard. Like I said, this is my first time ever going live on YouTube. So oh, you know what? I didn't bake underneath. Okay, you want to see something crazy that drag queens do? Is to get more of a highlight and to protect your makeup or your eye makeup if it falls on your cheek, is you do that. I'm forgetting to do a lot of things because I'm so caught up on going live on YouTube. But I'm also going to cut under the cheek. So yeah, that looks crazy, but it's going to dust off at the end, and it's all going to come together, I hope. Omegle is a bit of a cesspit. Okay, Mia. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm worried about is how is it actually, because, you know, if it's going to be people masturbating or something, and I want to put it on YouTube, but I don't know. I've never, I'm trying to think. I might have tried Omegle like years and years ago when it first came out, but it wasn't my thing. But I do think it's funny when YouTubers use it. Okay, let me cut my crease. La la la. So I want to do yellow in this crease, but I've never really had a yellow work really well. But I'm going to try to use a face paint. To sort of deepen the yellow look. I actually have a gold leaf. I guess it's supposed to be an eyeliner, but it doesn't really show up right on camera. It's so weird how makeup and cameras work. I'm looking over my cats over there, kind of in her cat tree, sort of wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, if I do Omegle, it would definitely just have to be edited to show the ones that I would want to show. I would never do Omegle live. I think that would be really asking for trouble. Okay, and I want white to go under the eye. That's supposed to open up the eye, which it does do. And you notice all this area here that I'm not really touching, it's all going to be black eyeliner. Okay, so I think I'm going to set this. It's just white powder. Because basically I cover my whole lid in black because you reach a certain age, it's really a trial to do anything on your eyelids itself, except just to smear one color over them. I'll just leave it white, because that actually always looks good. Okay, should I do yellow? Decisions. You know what, I'm going to try it. It's only makeup. So I'm going to be using face paint. Oh, see, I'm on green screen. You can see this is green here. I just want yellow, like maybe halfway. Can you see that? Maybe not. Aren't cats great? Talking about videos that waste your time, I can get lost, completely lost in cat videos. And of course, YouTube's algorithm, once you watch one cat video, it'll start suggesting more. And it's kind of my kryptonite. Can you see that yellow? Probably not. Well, like I said, if I turn up the saturation, you probably would once I go into the editing mode. And I'm going to be putting a powder on top of this. Hopefully you could see it more. There's this one Japanese YouTuber who has 2 cats and a dog. It's called Moki Boki, and Tan. Tan is the other cat, and the cats are... Actually, I don't know why he calls his channel that. He calls his cat GB or something. It is so cute. Let's see. So I don't know if there's anyone else in this room now. If you are, please give a shout out. Oh, Desert Witch, thank you. I always love your comments. I do put a lot of work in my videos, probably a lot more than your average booktuber, mostly because I enjoy it, but also I'm a little insecure of that my personality and my videos aren't interesting. So I do want to like jazz it up. But thank you for noticing, because I do put a lot of effort editing the videos and putting on drag. Kind of sometimes I regret starting this journey as in drag because of how much work it is. But where else am I ever going to be become a drag queen, except on YouTube. Thank you, Star Reads. I don't know if this yellow was a fail. Oh, this is a big old paintbrush, like for art. For art, it's not really a makeup brush. I just want to load in some yellow powder and sort of hope for the best. Oh, actually, it's the green screen, like removing my yellow. That's weird. I'm using OBS filter. So I have I have two big holes in my head. So obviously you don't know if the yellow shows. Hopefully when we finally do the video, they will show. I guess I could turn off the background. Oh gosh, you guys are going to see what my background actually looks like. That will be embarrassing. Okay. So now you can see the yellow. Okay, now I want to blend it into the rest of the white. I have a lot of yellow powder here. Thank you. Like I say, I really do try to make entertaining videos. And I know I'm not like the most personable booktuber out there, but you just got to do what you got to do. The official, yeah, the official Trixie and Katya of Booktube. Okay, I think it's about time for the black. Oh, you like my reaction videos? I like doing reaction videos, and they're kind of fun to do, and they're a lot easier to do than the highly edited videos because you have the what you're watching, and you just don't really edit. You can edit around that, but they don't do that great. But I'm still going to be doing some because I have in the can a reaction to Loki. Excuse me. Burping on camera. How lovely. Loki, the new Thor movie, which I think is going to be pretty great. I love movies with the villains as the main characters. So they're probably going to make them sympathetic in some way. Someone mentioned Shelve It or Shove It. Oh, thank you, Desert. I'm actually surprised how well Shelve It or Shove It does. It's probably my best series on Booktube, but it's basically just going and picking books blind based on the book cover. Where is my... I'm going to be going in a little angle brush. I'm sure no one cares. And I'm going to be using Inglot gel liner. Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. That kind of makes doing them all that worth it. If someone's saying that the videos help you go through some part of your life. Okay, I may not be talking much here because I hate this part because I usually mess up. I'm just going to be doing a lot of black. Yeah. See, that's a mess up. Just messed up. Didn't mean to make it that thick. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm covering the entire lid. And the other side. See, this is why live Get Ready With Me's for drag queens are kind of boring because there's so many steps that just take a while that aren't very interesting to watch. It's hard to talk while you're doing, oh, this is really a thick line. Okay. Cappuccino Craft, how to learn drag is watching, mostly watching YouTube videos. There are a lot of drag tutorials out there. I mean, before that, I was just winging it if I went out for drag on Halloween in the Castro in San Francisco or something. It was always pretty rough, but there weren't that many. The standards are a lot lower back then. Okay, now I'm going to get a bigger brush to fill in all the black. Oh, what book am I looking forward to this year? I don't know. The Rhythm of War came out. I was looking forward to that because I never knew when it was going to drop. The Brandon Sanderson book. And I would be interested if the George R.R. Martin book finally dropped, but I haven't heard anything about it. But I don't think anyone has. George R.R. Martin is keeps his cards close to his vest when it comes to release dates for his stuff because he's been burned a lot with thinking he's going to be done on a certain date and saying, I might be done on a certain date, and then people getting really pissed off at him when he doesn't do it. So I understand why he doesn't, but it's been so damn long. It's Someone's laughing at me. Jaded Book is laughing at me for even considering J.R. or George Martin releasing a book. The other book series I really enjoy is the Expanse series. And I've been really impressed by the televised series that started on Sci-Fi Channel and moved to Amazon Prime for the Expanse. But what's interesting about that, if you're into science fiction, is that each book expands the story. I mean, the name Expanse has multiple layers. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. You know, it starts off with this one little thing about this alien proto-molecule, and then it expands, each book sort of expands the story to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So, again, I have no idea if that's being released this month. I mean, not this month, this year, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think we're about due for another Expanse book. Now, the Expanse, what's the name of the author? Someone look it up, but the name of the author is actually, there's actually two authors, but they write under one pseudonym. Which I forget. Corey, that's it. James Corey. And funny enough, since we're talking about George R.R. Martin, I believe at least one of the duo that writes The Expanse was a protege of George R.R. Martin, I think. Look at all that black. Isn't that crazy? I guess I should do my eyebrows. I'm so self-conscious about the eyebrows, and I really shouldn't be because almost all my wigs have bangs. But it's going to go on the bottom. Yeah. The Gideon the Ninth, who said that? Jaded. I haven't picked up any of the Gideon books, but I've like almost picked them up during Shelve It or Shove It, because the covers are kind of intriguing and neat, but I just haven't pulled the trigger. I don't know why, but I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about it. Oh, these eyebrows. I'm just so jealous of people that can, or those drag queens that can do really good eyebrows with freehand. Like I said, these are tattoos. Okay. Okay. Lynette, 8:03 Sunday. You're in New Zealand or something like that? Okay, so, oops. Oh, I might as well do the bottom line. Tasmania, that's it. Is that still considered down under? Now, there are a lot of great fantasy Australian or down under authors, like Sarah Douglas. I think I've talked about her a bit. And Trudy Canavan, or Canavan, Trudy Canavan. Who, if you're interested in young adult books, Trudy Canavan's novels are a great bridge between young adult and adult, if you're in that no man's land. Okay. Oh, look at, what am I doing? I didn't put black on the, you guys. I keep forgetting to do stuff. Okay, I'm going to set the black with a black eyeshadow. Yeah, when I think of Tasmania, I think of the Tasmanian devil from the Warner Brothers cartoon, the little guy that eats everything. And funny thing, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, one of the most fearsome creatures is the Tarrasque, which is, I believe, whoever were the character designers based the Tarrasque off the Tasmanian devil as a little joke. Okay, so let's go back to the black. Let's smoke out these black lines. Just a little bit. Books that I'm looking forward to in 2021. Like I said, I don't know what's coming out. I try not to see what's coming out. Mostly, for Shelve It or Shove It, I want to make it a surprise. And other than George R.R. Martin releasing his next Game of Thrones and James Corey releasing his next Expanse novel, I don't know what's out there that's I should be looking forward to. Maybe you guys can tell me what's coming out that you're excited about. Oh no, there's a disease for the little devils. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat as much as I probably should be. I'm trying to get this old makeup on. Slap on the old grease paint. So would you guys like seeing more of these live tutorials? Maybe I could get SteamYard or whatever and actually not be such a disaster. Reads and writes, are there any non-science fiction fantasy books? I am pretty much pretty much that's all I read. And maybe that sounds sad, but I can't actually think of any non-science fiction fantasy books that I'm looking forward to. Excuse me. Okay, I need to strengthen that light. Oh, you like the lively tutorials. So again, this is just an experiment to see if anyone's actually going to show up and watch me. I'm so paranoid that no one actually watches my videos. Ah, gosh, messing up. Let's go to this eye. Also, I'm limited to how long my camera battery lasts. Oh, thank you, Reading with Doc. Oh, Francophile. Yes, I remember you. What were we going to do? Waiting for Godot. Oh, my old videos are so cringy, though. And I was having a lot of issue with sound. So that's one thing I invested in. I'm glad I invested in is a better sound system. Because, as probably most people, I really hate my voice, which is a kick in the teeth when you have to edit your video and listen to your voice for however long it takes to edit it. I have to say, my last 3 videos did pretty well, but one of them was the reaction to Gavin, who's a real popular booktuber. So I was kind of expecting that to do okay. But also the bottom 10 of 2020 and the top 10 of 2020 did pretty well. Do the eyes look okay? Gosh. I don't think it's my best work. But now let's... Because everyone loves bottoms. Yep. You said it. Oh, let me just brush off this bake. You know what I just discovered is the Wish. Because I ordered some jewelry and gloves from Wish, and it was so cheap. I mean, that's the other thing about doing drag is how expensive it can be. Hold on while I try to make my eyes look right. Should I connect the? Yeah, I better connect them. Because if you don't know, I'm really cheap when it comes to buying makeup and drag stuff. I mean, thank God I only do from the waist up. I have very little that goes from the waist to down. But are my hands clean? Let me show you what I got on Wish. I got these nylon gloves because the gloves I have are, look how tiny the little fingers are. Because the gloves I have thick material and you can't touch screen your phone. You can't use your phone or everything. So I cut slits in my thumb. But these, if you ladies know, are just nylon. They're just like nylon stockings. And they were only like, I think, $7 for a pair. So I wanted to try them. I mean, the finger's a little tight. And then I got these, oh, hold on. Wait till you see this. I got these little costume rings. And if you put them all on, you look like Thanos, the drag version of Thanos. And these were like, I don't know, $3 each. And they're the stretchy finger bands. So they fit over gloves, they fit any size finger. I think they're made for drag queens because if you have real tiny hands, they'll probably be loose. I mean, if you have tiny fingers, but anyway, the problem, of course, with nylon gloves is they're very fragile. But you can use your phones with them. Okay. You read so many books this year. I wish I read more. Actually, I take that back. I read 50-something books this year or last year, and I'm kind of proud of that. I have no idea what this brush is for. What the heck is this for? It's really stiff bristles, but I use it for my nose contour. That look okay? Oh, I didn't put any blush on. Didn't put any blush on. Because you could use any color, and they do have something called blue screen for people that really want to use the color green on a transparent background. But the reason is that your face actually has some tones and tints to it that will really screw up your face. Like a red screen background will completely make you look ridiculous if you're lighter toned. So it's just the tones of your flesh that's a big issue when it comes to choosing the screen color. And they've shown that green screen is the color that seems to work for most people. What's it doing? Blush. Your bottom books aren't terrible. That's why I try to say, I mean, I know it was a little clickbait. I said the worst books that I read in 2020, but in the video itself, I said these aren't actually, some of them were bad, but most of them were, about half of them were disappointing books. They weren't really what I would say were terrible books. They were just, disappointing. But if you do Booktube, you know how much of a issue it is trying to find content that people will watch. I'm sure it's the same for any of the YouTube genres, even crafters and whatever. That look okay? Oh, I may finesse it a little bit later, but I think I'm going to do the lips because I know how crazy this looks without lips. Oh, making a mess. I really want a bigger house I can have. I mean, you would not believe how little the room I'm in where I shoot my videos. Lips. You feel bad for Gavin? I felt terrible for Gavin. But the irony is, I think he got a lot of subscribers off that, and he got a lot of, I think the Booktube community pretty much rallied around him, and he's I can't say laughing all the way to the bank, but I think he's got his comeuppance. For those of you who don't know, Gavin is the booktuber who posted a top 10 bad book list, and then since he's a popular booktuber, now here's the thing, he's popular among middle grade authors, so I think the middle grade community follows him more than other authors would follow anyone else, because he's a big booktuber, but he's not like crazy big. It's like 12,000 subscribers. But anyway, authors follow him. Middle grade authors followed him, and they started going at him for having a bottom 10 list, or the 10 worst books of 2020. It just made him feel crappy. And okay. Oh, Lynette, you like single book reviews? I do too. It's just they don't do well. I don't know why. Now, you'd think lips would be pretty easy to do, but for me, oh shoot. It's another one I have a big trouble doing. And the thing is, what people don't tell you about drag queens is that the real good ones that have these graphic looks are actually artists. And I don't mean, oh, I'm artsy. I mean, they can like draw straight lines. And I have an issue drawing straight lines. I mean, some drag art is really works of art. Like look up Blue Hydrangea, BLU Hydrangea on Instagram. These aren't even. Oh, well. Talk among yourselves. I don't think these are even. Okay, let's fill them in and find out. I didn't really mean to use a purple eyeliner. I mean lip liner. Trader Baru Cormorant. I don't think I've heard of that. I mean, the name Cormorant sounds interesting. I mean, familiar, but I think I'm just thinking of Star Wars. Can't really talk while doing this. How did I choose my drag persona, Francophile? Well, yeah. It's really for Booktube. I wanted a character for Booktube. And I've always been fascinated with drag and wanted to do drag in the channel. And before that, I did some videos for my gaming. I had a gaming text game that I created, and I did drag a couple times for that. So how's that look? I have a wig here. Okay, let me just throw on this wig just so you can have. This is not a wig I'm going to wear in today, but it's my pink Marge Simpson wig. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, there's another wig inside it. This is actually a Halloween fright wig. Oh. Okay, let's go with the Marge Simpson wig. Is that even on the screen? Oh, it goes off the screen, so who cares what it looks like up there? Okay, so this is pretty much the finished look. Oh, just moving things around, making a mess. So usually I film like 2 or 3, I want to do 4 sometimes, videos whenever I put on a drag look. So if you can memorize this look, you'll know when I release a video in the coming weeks, you know, what day I actually did this makeup. And you can sort of tell if you go to my Instagram By the way, Booktube Goddess on Instagram. If you look at the makeup, you can tell kind of which days I filmed just by on the makeup looks, because I don't necessarily release them one right after the other in the order they were filmed. So I think that's all I'm going to do live today. Thank you, everyone who's been here. You kind of look like an anime character with the black wig on. Thank you. Looks great. How did I decide to go with an older lady? Honey, I'm old. there isn't much choice. There is no way I can make this into a young glam femme fatale. And when you think about books, I think of like librarians. So if I was going to do a character for Booktube, it seemed like an old, wizened librarian type. So I'll stick to that. Can't fight time. Yes, agreed. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to finish up, tweak this off live. But thank you so much for coming. And if you want to see more of these, let me know down below in the comments, because I'm going to try to save this just to see if it has any traction at all. Because I would love to do 3 videos a week. And if people actually enjoy Get Ready With Me's, I will definitely include those. I can't guarantee they'd be every week, but once in a while. Okay, thank you. And may all the books you read be blessed. There we go.